Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday edition. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios in beautiful New Jersey, from the mountaintop somewhere with the greatest view, and Scotty's beautiful
palatial
castle in Beverly Hills, California. Streaming live at Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network, as we've got a big announcement tonight, but we're going to talk a little bit of Devils hockey as the cuts are still coming. The waiver wire is hot, and the Devils undefeated in preseason, which is amazing feat.
Raise the banner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Preseason Stanley Cup. No. Yeah. Preseason champions. Get the banner.
Preseason champs.
Mark it. Preseason champs.
I mean, it's good.
Yep.
It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I mean, they look really strong in each game, and I mean they look strong in each game that didn't star Jack Hughes. So I think that's the one positive that you could definitely take away from it. That they looked balanced and strong throughout each game, and it didn't matter who was in the lineup. I think that was probably the most impressive and most important part of it.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I for most of the games, I only saw the score line, so I didn't actually get a chance to watch a lot of games. I've been busy. But seeing that they have been consistently winning is really good. And here's hoping they can carry that into the regular season, and that they don't get a false sense of I don't want to say a false sense of hope, but that they don't. I'm at a loss for what I'm trying to say here, but I just hope they go into the season serious and not thinking they're going to walk over teams all season long like they did in the preseason. Because some of the teams we played, we walked over, but then again, we played the likes of the Flyers, the Canadiens, the Islanders. So it's not like we're playing Vegas or teams like that, but it's still a positive, and it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to take out of this preseason. Hello, everybody, by the way, on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch. Can you see the clock on the bottom?
Count down.
Big announcement.
Kind of like Oppenheimer, but not, because our announcement won't be a nuclear bomb or anything like that. Yeah. So not to worry any of you.
It's not a death
knell. When Samu says in the bunker, he doesn't mean like, the Oppenheimer bunker. He just means, Mrs. Wu's basement, basically.
Yeah, basically. I live in Mrs. Wu's basement. She has the rest of the palace, the house.
Yeah.
Somewhere in beautiful New Jersey.
But we're 25 minutes away. Big 25 minutes over here.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Sam, 25?
Jason Arnott.
Cam Jansen.
Ooh, Cam.
Who else is 25?
Bam. Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on 24.
Foot was Nolan Foot.
Zelpukin was
24.
Zelpukin.
Very nice.
Smith.
Wasn't
boy. I hear he's on waivers. Same thing with Jesper Boquist. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Actually, I think they both cleared. If I'm not
they both cleared?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
What do you know?
Yeah.
What
that
do
explains
you
everything,
know?
right? People are guessing what the new announcement is, by the way. Sorry, I'm just...
Are they really?
Yeah.
Is anyone close?
Is anyone close? Sponsorship. No, not at all. Not that I can see yet.
Nope.
There's
no corporate sponsorship.
There's rumors I bought jet fuel the other day, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah. Could it be a plane?
Yeah.
Stephen Engel, keep dreaming. All expenses paid trip for someone. Yeah, right. Sure. We can't even get expenses paid for ourselves. How are we gonna get that for everybody else?
Yeah, we're paying our own way out to our away games. We're not getting all expenses.
David Decker,
unless someone wants to pay all expenses for us, they're more than welcome to.
You see these wonderful jerseys? These are not freebies. Okay, these actually cost us money too. To tell you the truth. So yeah.
Yep.
The shirts. Look at that new shirt that Schwartz guy has got over there.
Oh boy,
Show us, Schwartz guy.
slick.
Oh, wait, can we
There you
talk
go.
about that?
Yeah,
Or-
we
or
can
do-
talk
are we
about
gonna- are
that.
we gonna-
Yeah, we'll
This
leak
is-
we
this
this
can
is
talk
out.
the
about that
front.
too?
Yeah, we'll leak
Yeah.
this right now.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is the
leak
front.
it.
We won't leak
Go
the whole
viral.
thing, but this is the front, brand new,
Very
re-imaged design.
clean.
It's
Mhm,
very clean.
mhm.
Yeah, it's almost like we know an artist or something like that.
Some
And it's
guy.
got a back to it. It's got a back to it, which you have to come to American Whiskey on Thursday and check it out. And so far,
Yeah,
they're printed only
buddy.
printed in limited numbers. I think I printed 20 of them.
Mark Schwab, big announcement. Short Skies delivering worldwide. Oh, Mark Schwab.
Also, again,
Official.
not in the budget. Not in the budget either. Yeah, yeah.
Peter said, "Big announcement: Shorts guy has new internet." That would be
Oh, that would
that'd
be
a good-
great.
That would be a big one too.
I'm
That's not
still
the
waiting.
All-Star
I
break.
am. Yeah, seriously. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get rid of
Bro, we
get rid of the
got-
shackles of the James Dolan internet.
Yeah, we got things planned out to, we'll drop them as the season goes along. The new internet, that's an all-star game like type, that's that date, We got to get through this announcement and then the debut of the new shirts as well next week with the season opening. We got a lot of stuff. And I
This
got a
week.
little something.
It's this
I've
week.
been-
It's
This
it's
week.
this
Oh,
week,
week.
not next week.
Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday.
This week,
Man,
yeah.
I got a little
Excited.
something
So
I was working on as well that I'll have to share. That we'll wait for that one. We can wait a little bit on that one, but there's a lot of things going on with the old Devils. Great preseason. Preseason's preseason. They did play very well. Their speed was evident against every single team that they played. I have a couple questions. I'll ask you guys first. Who in the Holy Hanneman is going to take out friggin' Trouba?
Oh,
Because I
for
don't
the
know
love
about
of
you
God,
guys. I don't know about
I
you
think-
guys, but that looked like a hit from behind, onto
it
Foley.
was a hit
Now-
from behind. It was a hit from behind. And anybody that was like, "Oh, Toffoli turned it," no, that was a hit square in the numbers. That was textbook boarding.
Because you could see, with Kevin Ball delivering a big monster hip check just before that, you can literally see Kevin's only his ass, his ace is the only thing that made contact with Lindgren there, and it sent him flying, and that's what a hip check is supposed to do. And it was square in the chest, and it was awesome. But the Trouba hit was not a good hit. Now, here's the thing. Naturally, as a fan, you want someone to go and crush Trouba. But they need to wait for the appropriate time because, as we saw in the playoffs last year, Trouba got a big one on Timo, but he chases hits left and right. And you know what that does? That puts him way out of position, especially against a team like the Devils, who can expose him with their deadly speed. But I still say the Devils have to do something. I think the first game they play is on November the 18th against the Rangers. I could be mistaken on that. Maybe I missed one. No, it's a Saturday night. That's going to be a big game.
It's a Saturday night. That is a big
And
game.
everyone should come out to American Whiskey that night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And get rowdy. And maybe bring signs that say, "We want Trouba's blood." And such. and so forth.
I'll bring batteries.
Am I
Human sacrifice
overreacting?
needed.
Am I
and then have a
overreacting to
picture of
this?
Trouba. No, I think you're not overreacting. I think what it is it's a.
Am I in a
it's
90s hockey mindset still? Is that, where we grew up
no.
in? Like
Curtis Lazar should be jumping the boards and playing that game and definitely taking. The problem is, as a guy like Trouba will take advantage of the Devils or take advantage of any team really by taking these cheap shots if he's not called to the bell. And I think the biggest problem about it, too, is that you could clearly see it doesn't matter if it's preseason, regular season, playoffs. He's a dirty player who does dirty, dumb things. And anybody that defends him, like, "Oh, they're clean hits. So if Stevens did this and that, blah, 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 Scott Stevens," first of all, shove it. Most of Scott Stevens, not all, but most of Scott Stevens' hits were clean. And what you're seeing from Trouba is just the same dirty player, and as he's getting older, the dirtier he's getting. And to be honest with you, I'm sorry to say this, Scotty, but I don't really want to waste the rest of my time talking about this scumbag when I can worry about the Devils and how awesome the numbers they are putting up in the preseason. Yes, it is only preseason, but Jesper Bratt, 9 points, 5 goals, 4 assists in 4 games. Jack Hughes, 8 points, 3 goals, 5 assists in 4 games. Dawson Mercer, 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists in 4 games. Everybody was producing. You go all the way down the list, and we're, 1, 2, 3 players tied with 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players tied with 4 points. And we're getting some guys at a point per game or point plus per game. For Jesper, it's 2 points, and Jack, it's 2 points per game. They were clicking on all cylinders. Like we said in the opening, it didn't matter who was out there on the ice. It felt like they were gelling. And that is a great sign, because sometimes you get a team and it's like you shut down that top line and then you have the answer to beat them. With the Devils this year, barring injury, knock on wood, barring injury, this team is going to be nasty. The power play looked nasty. The team looked nasty. They looked fast. They looked like they were, that Toffoli and Hughes line looked like they've been playing together for, a year plus. It is just so much fun to watch. And I know there's some fans out there. I talked to one today that I met at the Valley Pub German Festival, Oktoberfest. It was a good time. But he was saying that he's a little nervous. He doesn't want to get too high in his expectations. I think it's okay. I think we're okay to be excited. I think it's okay to expect good things from this team, because they're showing you that they have the capability of doing it.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. But, again, we remember it's preseason, like we talked about.
Oh, of course.
The Devils do have some.
But they did just beat Sorokin with their. They did just beat Sorokin in the. They just beat Sorokin and their Islanders with their D squad. So they didn't even have the best players on the ice for that game, and they still did really well, winning 3-0.
But again,
goals from Ball, getting goals
preseason
from Nemec.
It's preseason, yeah. We got to take that with a grain of salt there. But you led me into where you're leading me into where I wanted to go originally with the Toffoli and Trouba, because Toffoli could have very easily got injured on that play. Luckily, he did not, and he was able to skate away. However, there are a couple Devils that are banged up already before the season's even starting. And one of them is a key component to the team last year, and that's Eric Haula, who has been missing the last few practices. Nolan Foote, I don't know if maybe I missed this report or it was just really kind of kept under wraps, but Nolan Foote hasn't practiced or played with the team in quite some time, according to Lindy Ruff, which is not a good sign either, because you want to go into the season healthy. But Haula is a huge piece, which, you got to thank your lucky stars for Fitzy. If Haula has to miss some time, Fitzy going out and getting Noshik, so where McLeod can possibly move up to the third line role there. So the Devils have a lot of depth, which is really, really going to help them out. But they're already starting to deal with a few injuries here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that right there is showing how Fitzy has built this team the proper way. Because you're right, Haula is a key piece, but it's like the next man up mentality. Okay, Haula's out, so who's going to fill in that spot? And Fitzy has gone out, spent wisely, and created this team that's full of depth. On top of that, with the players which we've drafted in the last couple of years, we have people that can come in and take that spot for a little bit. So we're real lucky that we have Fitzy that has built this team the right way, to the point where I think we'll be okay to start, and then eventually Haula comes back and he gets back into it. I mean, look what happened last year. We were missing Palat for a good chunk of last season. We did really well as well, and he was a big part of last season too. So I just think that we're lucky to have Fitzy in the team he built in the way he built it, because an injury like this, while terrible, not devastating to this team.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, looking here from our buddy, who's this, Ryan Novinsky, the last practice here, these are the lines that Lindy rolled with, okay? It's funny. I feel like I've been saying almost these exact lines the entire preseason. Maybe Lindy listens to the show. I don't know. But
I think he does.
Top line. This is the only thing I got wrong. Top line: Timo, Nico, Mercer. I had Toffoli and Timo flipped. Second line: Toffoli, Hughes, Bratt. Third line: Palat, Lazar, not McLeod. So I was off there.
Wow.
Alexander Holtz, which we talked about. Putting him maybe down there on the third line so there's not as much pressure on him to get the season going. We'll see. He might flip with Mercer. Who knows? But I can see Holtzy being down there on that third line. And then Noshik, McLeod, Bastian on the fourth. Defensive pairings, Siegs, Dougie. No surprise there. Ball, Marino. No surprise there. Hughes, Smith. And I think everyone has heard the news here. It looks like Nemec is probably going to make the team. Because Miller hasn't really been impressive. Brendan Smith really hasn't been that impressive either. We've seen him take a few penalties. What a surprise over there.
As Sam said, Brendan Smith was in midseason form in that one game.
Yeah. So I don't know if Miller
in his own zone.
I don't know if Miller and Smith are gonna just play that underwhelming that Lindy feels better going with Luke and Nemec, on that third pairing, two rookie defensemen. I'm not really sure, but
that's a bit of a risk.
But as of right now, you got Smith, you got Miller.
No
they sent, I think I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's Hataka, I think, the Finnish.
I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
How do you say? How to go down to the minors is what he had to do.
I like Hataka better, but either way, however you pronounce your name,
sorry,
kid.
That fell right into it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, he got sent down, but I wouldn't be surprised seeing him come back up. He's a very defensive-minded defenseman. You're not going to get a lot of offensive numbers from him. But yeah, if Smith and Miller just continue to underwhelm,
come on, Max.
Don't be surprised to see him back up there.
Yeah. You know what the thing about that third pairing though is that you think it's like a risky kind of thing to do, but Luke and Nemec both seem to have like a very high hockey IQ. There's going to be mistakes, but you're also not going to roll them out there. You might roll them out there for like 12 minutes, but then you also can use them on the power play units. Like there's upside to taking that risk with those guys, right? So you're going to be leaning heavily on the Dougie Hamilton pairing. Going Siegenthaler and Hamilton are probably going to be logging like 22, 23 minutes a game, something like wild. But it's kind of worth. I see Shorts guy laughing about something. Yeah, it's kind of worth the reward.
I just saw what Max wrote.
He wrote boo, boo this man. But listen, and things could change. Yeah, Miller didn't impress in the preseason, but sometimes guys just take a minute or two to get into the system and work their way in. And
it's preseason.
Yeah, if he sucks during the regular season, then
preseason works. Preseason works the other way too. You could look a little disappointing in preseason as a player or a team, and then go into the regular season or get sent down to the minors and completely have a turnaround. Once you get to the real serious games, and that can be positive as well. It's again, we have a lot of depth that we are, a far cry from a couple of years ago where we were like, geez, who the hell are we going to keep up? Like,
what PTO is going to make this team? Oh my God.
Yeah, seriously. Like, do we have any more PTOs?
Call Fiddler. Get Vert Fiddler.
Fiddler. Someone get Fiddler on the phone now.
It's
Fiddler stat. Yeah.
And
I don't care if he retired 5 years ago. Get him out. Come on, let's go.
Get that Lee Stepniak guy. He's on his 30th team.
Lee Stepniak, yes.
Let's get him in here now. We need the depth.
Nice. That's a good one. Oh, man. I think both Miller and Smith are going to get their shot in those first 15 to 20 games. And after that, they're going to make a move. I think they'll make a move. I mean, if they're playing the same way they were in preseason, underwhelming, I think they'll do something.
Well,
They have to.
They have to.
They'll have to. Yeah.
It's
You can't. I mean, Brendan Smith he's just such a liability with the penalties. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
because you can't keep up with the speed.
Yeah. And Miller
If he
seems
can
like the
somehow
only
keep
guy
that
not
under
interested
control.
in playing right now. It's like everyone wants to go play for the Devils because they have this amazing. And Miller's just like Eeyoring around the. Oh, he's
show up.
Okay, I'll play the game. Like, come on, dude, get into it.
Yeah.
I'm homesick. I miss my ma. Do this to Colin Miller. Please don't punch me in the face if I ever meet you, please. Who is it that you were terrified of, Scotty? Greetson? Was it Greetson that you were terrified of?
No, I think it was John Hayden, right? I think it was John Hayden.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was John Hayden. He was going to punch Scotty right in the mush.
Yeah. I think he was on that Vert Fiddler line as well. Down there on that fourth line.
Those are dark days.
Right.
Dark days.
Oh man. Well, we're under 10 minutes here.
I was going to bring that up.
Almost 7
Number
minutes
7.
ago to the big announcement.
I am
Dougie Hamilton.
Colossal.
Dougie Hamilton minutes.
thirsty.
Dougie Hamilton
so
minutes. Who else was in number 7?
I just drafted
Paul
John
Martin?
Carlson.
Paul Martin. Paul Martin.
Paul Martin.
Paul Martin.
Oh,
Paul Martin.
Now we're
Hey,
Sean
number 7.
O'Donnell. Sean O'Donnell left.
Now we're in 6. We're Andy Green.
Andy Green.
Andy Green.
Yeah. So some of the things that I'm. By the way, I'm excited to say that Thursday is going to be a lot of fun. That place is
Oh my
going to be
gosh,
rocking. It's going to be one of the most anticipated home openers that we've been to in a long time. I'm excited because I'm bringing both my kids, so my whole family we're going, and
Nice.
it was funny looking at tickets. I don't know about anybody else. It used to be super easy to get tickets to any game, and now I remember I went on to Game Time. I was looking at tickets, and I'm like, good Lord! I'm like, they want how much for where I'm going to be sitting? What the hell are you talking about?
What was
the
it?
price you pay, I'm sitting in the 200s, and I think I paid like 83 a ticket or something like that.
Okay.
After taxes and all that kind of jazz.
But what are they going for? What are they on the secondary market?
That is the secondary market.
Oh, okay.
So Game Time, Game Time is an app that you could use. It's like a StubHub. It's all the kind of same.
We're Colin White minutes away.
Hey.
Oh, Max, I know you're joking, bud. I know. We love you, Max. You know that. The crew loves you too, bud.
And
So,
crew.
It's
What
too
a
bad
great
we weren't in
name.
we should have been in a diner right now, and then at
We should have
maybe
been.
we're around 2 minutes, Don't Start Believing by Journey starts playing in the background. And all of a sudden these
And
two kind of hitmen looking guys walk in behind Sam Wu, and then right when the screen just goes black.
And then it's just everyone's left hanging on the announcement.
Everyone's left hanging. Everyone's left hanging after
Yeah.
that.
And they just have to show up at American Whiskey to find out.
You're like,
Yeah.
what happened to Sam
And
Wu?
if
Did he finish his salad? I need to
And
know.
if you-
You guys.
And
are
if you think we're
awful.
kidding,
You know, I'm going to
they
leave.
might have just given
forget
it
it.
away.
Scott Stevens away.
Small town boy.
Scotty Stevens minutes away.
Oh, we're Scott Stevens away. Yep.
Scott
Very nice.
Stevens.
Trip for me, travel on campus to see my first.
You're talking
Wait,
to the mic there.
Talk to the mic.
Will,
Microphone,
no, I know. I'm
microphone.
sorry. I was reading what Will said. Announcement of you guys paying an all expense paid trip for me to travel from Kansas, I guess, to see my first Devils home game. Dude, if we had the ability to do that, hell yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
I'm playing the lotto.
But if you ever do make,
Yeah. Did anyone
Yes,
win that 1.4
No.
billion or whatever it is? No.
They did not. They did not. So if one of us wins it, we can have a jet.
Yeah.
We can have a
One
jet.
of us wins it, we have a
and
private jet.
we might be partial owners of the Devils. That would be.
Danico.
Danico
minutes.
minutes away.
I'm
This
getting
is just going to be the
excited.
majority of the podcast. Is just us naming players.
Just waiting.
Away.
Just waiting for the minutes. Waiting for the minutes to tick by. We're almost at Frasier minutes away. Frasier. Try to pick the most like obscure person you can think of.
Okay.
Who's a good number 2? Oh, wasn't
I like the
Slava
Woo Jet.
Fetisov number 2?
I like the Woo Jet, not to be mixed up with Jet Woo. Wasn't he the actor?
He was. Yes,
he was an actor. Yeah,
he was.
He was like in the 90s,
like a martial arts
early 2000s.
actor.
He was like he was like in every action movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're really pulling it along, boys. We should just start talking
are.
about the team again. Just talk about the team until the 3 minutes are up, for crying out loud.
Slava Fetisov minutes away.
Hey, there
Ken
it is.
Sutton. Ken Sutton.
Oh, Ken Sutton.
There you go.
I got a good one
This
for
was
number 1.
2.
Mark Frazier minutes away.
Frazier, yeah.
Was Mark number
Someone
2 as
else.
well?
Yeah, he was number 2.
How many times was he on the team? Was it like 2 or 3 times?
2, I believe.
Didn't we draft him
Might
and then he
have
got
been, no.
traded, and then he ended up coming back?
Something like that. Lou was very famous for that, bringing dudes back like after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sometimes way too late in their after their prime. Like, hey, Scott Gomez, you want to come back? And we're not even going to give you 23.
Brendan
Oh, yeah.
Shanahan. He has an 8-year contract. I know you're already 42 years
Moose
old, but here we
Hedberg.
go.
I saw a guy that looked like
Oh.
Mitch Hed. I saw a guy that looked like Mitch Hedberg today, and I instantly
Very
thought
nice.
of that.
Let's see.
Okay,
Mitch
I was
Hedberg
going to go
joke
with
after my-
Craig Billington minutes away.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
There's only one number 1 as far as I'm concerned, and that's friend of the podcast, Chico Resch.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I was going to say Sean Burke.
Wow.
but other friend of the podcast,
I'm getting
Oh,
nervous.
that's true. That's true.
I'm getting
Sean
nervous.
Burke.
Better
Number
get
1.
your buttons all fixed there, Sam.
I
Don't
got
want to get the clock go to 0. Then I forgot what button it is over here. I don't know what's going on. And all
And
of
it
a
hits the
sudden,
button that goes.
Oh.
"Ba-da-ba-da."
the Titanic.
Kevin Weeks.
camel
Kevin Weeks
comes on. you
Kevin
know?
Weeks.
We used to play. Oh, Kevin Weeks. Very nice. That's
Keith
another good one.
Kincaid. Keith Kincaid.
Keith Kincaid.
By the way,
Another retread. Another retread for the
yeah,
Devils in
another
net.
retread, for sure.
he's hurt too.
Um,
By the way, I knew there was 3. Foot, Kincaid, and Holla are
Yeah.
all dinged up.
Under a minute.
Hurt his,
Oh, we're under a minute.
his foot.
Under a
I feel
minute.
like it's
Kincaid.
weird.
Start
Do we
naming
have any
players
like
by the
sparklers?
second.
Do we have any sparklers we can do? You know, like
I wish I did. I wish I did have
Yeah,
a
you
sparkler.
catch that.
Those little
You
foam
catch that.
poppers.
That jersey on fire in the background because that thing is definitely not flame retardant. Just catches.
These are all
Look
highly
at
flammable,
those
made of
special effects.
made of asbestos, kids. You know, all the good stuff.
Oh man, we're 20 seconds away from the big announcement. 20 seconds
All
away.
right. Better be ready, Sam. It's a lot of pressure for you.
I
People are waiting.
know. I know.
Sam wanted to do the announcement.
Don't
all
screw it up,
himself.
Sam.
Oh,
Don't
not
screw it
Can't
up.
wait for them to see the
Don't
new
screw it
announcement.
up.
It's going to be.
Oh, here it
so
comes.
exciting.
Here it comes.
5,
4,
3.
3.
No, we're awful.
We can't count.
Woo!
What
That
is
was
it,
it.
Sam?
And that was the big announcement. Was the
That
woo?
was
That was it.
Good night, everyone.
Huh?
Good
We just
night.
tricked all of you. Welcome back to the podcast,
Well-
you bums. No, I'm just kidding.
Born and raised in South
Yeah,
Detroit.
we want to thank all those tuning in. Facebook Live is just going crazy right now. YouTube Live, Twitter Live, Twitch. So many people on. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils. On Twitter, follow us at Let's Go Devils Pod. On Facebook,
I believe it's X, Sam Wu. It's X. Okay.
whatever, same difference.
Get it straight.
Formerly
And-
known as Twitter.
Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast. You can download our podcast, rate, review, and subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, iHeart app, and all that. So I made a video presentation of this big announcement.
Ooh. Is
Big
this like a
announcement.
PowerPoint or is this an actual video?
No, it's actual video.
I hope it's a
Is
PowerPoint.
it-
I hope it's a
actual
PowerPoint,
video.
like 8-bit Nintendo graphics, you know?
Oh, here we
Ooh,
go.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Ooh.
Big announcement video presentation. Who put this together? A third grader?
Third grader put
You
this
couldn't
together.
even-
It's not even centered.
I feel
It's not.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
feel
say, you can't
better.
even center. Where's our logo?
Oh,
You don't
my
even got the logo
Lord.
on there? Wow,
Oh,
someone
man.
spent a lot of
Hey.
time on this.
Hey, I spent a whole 20 minutes on this, but before we begin, I'll do the emceeing, on this presentation. So I'm going to need you three to be quiet. But I want to thank Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, Scotty, Nick Villano, Vinny Preseason, and all of you fans, because this wouldn't be possible without all of you. Without further ado, make sure I unmute it. I'm going to play this big announcement video presentation.
Should be a touch of red in there, no?
Oh, don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play it right now.
Like
This
the
is
Jersey
for you,
jersey.
the fans.
As I look for the button,
This is
As
the
you're
big
looking for the button,
announcement for the video presentation.
find the play button.
And
He
I
has
will,
no idea where the play button is.
It's right
He
here.
has no idea. That's why.
I'm
Yeah.
playing it
Do
right
it,
now.
Sam.
The fader's probably down.
What started off as three Devils fans at a bar. ... is now a podcast with its own ...
Oh, suspense.
Oh man.
Beer! Introducing a red light lager for you. Our crew presents and crew and has Max's approval an American whiskey coming soon to a bar near you. Join our crew today. Congratulations, guys. We have our own beer. And thank you to Departed Souls, Brian. We've been working with him for over a year. It's going to happen. What started off as three Devils fans at a bar. Then Scotty came along, Nick came along, Vinny came along, and then you, our crew, our podcast fans. We decided to do this because it was important, and we'd love to have an and crew brew with you at American Whiskey very soon.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
We are pumped.
Can't wait.
This is huge. Huge
Yeah.
news.
Huge.
Yeah, this
Max,
is
you
So
better
if you-
believe
if
we're going to
you-
be doing it. We're going to be doing a chug into this one, bud. 'Cause,
So
Oh,
if
absolutely.
you buy enough of them, maybe then we can do that all expenses paid type of thing. So,
Yes.
go ahead and get ready to, purchase a few and crew brews over here when you're watching the Devils game at American Whiskey, perhaps
absolutely.
maybe at a stadium series in your
Oh,
future.
Hey.
I like that a few people were asking if the beer was taken, and that was taken at one point by I think the beer was made, and so
We don't wanna get sued.
Yeah, we don't want to get we don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Mhm. I had the beer, and I might still have a can of it somewhere too. I had the beer. It was a really good IPA, but someone told the brewery to stop. I think we all know who our friend might be to say that, but that was another good beer brewed by our good friends at Departed Souls. I did enjoy the beer for its short time frame that it was around, but thanks to Brian at Departed Souls for helping us get this project going and to also be another Devils fan with us. So real happy to have him along, and I'm looking forward to having the beer. I'm looking forward to chugging a beer with you guys and with Max,
Yeah, bud.
and having a good time.
Which by the way, Max, yes, your Apple review and referring to me as and crew is what kind of sparked this and what where the name comes from is the and crew brew. Because you guys are the crew.
He was so
and
pissed.
Yeah.
He was so upset. He was so emotionally disturbed.
So
He's like, "Oh,
destroyed.
I'm just over here. I don't
I'm
do anything."
destroyed. But now, yes, now we have accepted it. We have embraced it, and now not only am
We
I
mean
and
we,
crew,
you.
yes, me.
You
I'm speaking in
finally
the third
accepted
person, I guess. But we're all and crew. We're all and crew. That's the best part is you guys are the crew too. So.
It was always Scotty, Shorts guy, and then you were and crew. Remember?
All right, whatever.
And
I
just
wish I had a case of them right now.
And just to go a little bit behind the curtain here, we kind of discussed this name as kind of a joke, but then everything kept coming back to and Crew Brew. No matter how many beers Beer Baron and I were having that night when we were discussing this with Sam, and we had a few. We had to do some market research, which is what we did. We did some research at a bar, and we just kept coming back to and Crew Brew, and we kept laughing about it every single time we came back to it, and it stuck.
Oh, wait. We have a caller.
Yeah, we have a
caller. We have a caller.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're really starting the year off strong.
Yeah, so he would like to wish us a congratulations, I think. His name...
He's got no idea where this button is.
Yeah, his name is Paul Marino, John Marino's dad. Paul, you're on the air with us. How are you tonight?
Good, thanks. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up,
Paul?
How's it going?
Can I buy this beer in Boston or what?
We'll make sure you get some.
Yeah, we can make sure that you definitely get some.
And every fan Thursday night should be buying Lindy Ruff one too.
Yes. Absolutely.
Big time.
Anytime Lindy wants to come over to the bar, he is more than welcome for an and Crew brew. That's 100%. I think you talked about that last season, so we need to make it happen, Lindy.
Exciting news! Congratulations.
Well, thank
you so much,
Paul. How you feeling about the season coming up?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be seeing you Thursday at American Whiskey.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And we can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait to be out there with a beer.
Exciting. It'd be nice to have a sip of that beer out of the Stanley Cup, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. About. Taking it to the next
level. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but, it would be a nice thought, right?
That's a nice thought. That's a nice thought. We would definitely supply some for the team if they would love to drink.
Yes.
Right out of
absolutely.
The cup.
That's awesome. But it's a big announcement, and it's good for the area too. It's and there's passionate fans in New Jersey, so they'll love it.
Is there a Stanley Cup size beer koozie that we would need for that? I don't know if there is one that size. Can we get on forming one?
We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, Shorts guy makes them all the time. He's great at it.
Yeah, sure.
And are you going to have a stand outside Madison Square Garden too to sell this beer?
I mean, if we could get the liquor license, I would definitely do that. I mean, how fun would that be if we're standing out there?
Liquor license, come on.
Guys, there's American whiskey in New York. Dodos.
Oh, that's right.
Green and red lights flashing would be nice, but not too. We want it subtle, but not too subtle.
Not too subtle at all.
That's right.
We just tell them we're here with Uncle Paulie, and that's it. That's how it's going to go. Don't worry about it.
We'll get some broken sticks and fend off the offenders.
Yeah, we'll have to do some bootlegging and get it up to Massachusetts. We know a guy named Max that maybe bring it up to you.
Well, the Kennedys did a good job with that, so we can.
We'll just. Oh my God, that's funny.
We'll sneak it through the harbor, okay, Paul?
Pop the cock.
Paul. So, how's John feeling going into this season?
Really good. Really excited.
I mean, he looks in incredible shape. So, he looks in incredible shape. So, it looks like this is, him and all the rest of the guys on the team look like super focused, and they're not getting ahead of themselves or about their expectations of the season. But they have to have some pretty lofty expectations for themselves. Do you agree?
I think they're all excited, and they all like each other, and when you like someone and you want to be around them and you go to work, it's a lot of fun and it's inevitable you'll have success.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. And then that's going to eventually, hopefully, lead us to a Stanley Cup with them wanting all to win for each other as well.
Well, it breeds success, when you want your teammates to do well and you're enjoying yourself. Everyone's very optimistic.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the leadership that John. Last year he was paired with Gravy Train, Ryan Graves, for a good portion, or basically the entire season. But now he'll be there with Kevin Ball on that second pairing. He's going to be doing a lot of penalty kill. But Ball, obviously a younger kid, as compared to Ryan Graves. So I'm very excited for John because I know what the type of player he is and how he prepares. I'm excited for him to be that example for a young Kevin Ball as well on that second D pairing.
Yeah, well, the whole D corps gets along well, and they'll work again with one another, and it's just going to be fantastic, We
can't wait. Yeah. Thursday night.
Thursday
can't wait for
baby.
Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see you there on Thursday night for sure.
Now, don't they have that red carpet there, Sam? That at the beginning of the
Or I think it's starting at 4:30. They're doing a red carpet.
Something like
should
that.
I look on that number or what? Is it 4 or 4:30?
I'm not 100% sure. Last year it was 4:30. So but it didn't go off like right when it was supposed to.
Okay.
So usually they try to schedule it around like 4:30. So it depends on, because I know they basically get the players in the limo and they drive them from like the back of the arena to the front, and just kind of have this like circle train of cars going around. And then they have like Chico and Matt Laughlin doing like the announcements of the players, and so sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and so depending on if the players are taking their time walking through and like doing autographs and how they pace that out. But it's a really cool experience.
I'm trying to plan my trip, so I have to go from Boston to Newark to American Whiskey, and American Whiskey to check out the red carpet thing.
Yes,
all right, we'll see you there, Paul.
Definitely.
Yeah,
can't wait, Paul. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it'll be a great day. I'm all excited.
That's great,
Very
Paul.
cool.
Yeah, can't wait.
Well, we'll see you on Thursday, Paul, and just send me a text when you get there, okay? And drive safe.
I will, and you'll see me. And thanks, guys, and good luck with the beer. It's going to do great.
Great.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Okay. Have a nice night, guys.
Too.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right.
That is
Paul
Marino.
Marino.
John
That's
Marino's
cool.
dad, just chiming in.
Uncle Paulie. Oh, wait. It's Uncle Paulie.
Yeah. But
He'll take care of things.
Going to red carpet.
he's joining our crew.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Will you come join our crew with Crew Brew?
Listen, this season's going to be fun, man. And, I personally am looking forward to Thursday for a bunch of different reasons. The podcast is going to be a lot of fun. I am going to have to dip out. I'm so sorry, boys, but I will have to dip out for a little bit with my kids to go over to the red carpet because my girls are super excited about seeing some of their favorite players. It's great, too. It's like as they're getting older, for me, it's fun because, like, you get to see, like, it's not just Jack Hughes. It's like, oh, because a lot of kids like Jack Hughes, my favorite, Jack Hughes. They have an appreciation and like love for each player. And my daughter just went out and we went to Target the other day, and she's like, oh, can we get some hockey playing cards? Because I showed her my old collection of hockey cards. And then a friend of ours, the Basquianos, they gave us a whole big thing of like Devils playing cards that are specifically the Devils teams. So she's been obsessed with like learning all the players' names, and she'll be like, oh, this one's Timo Meier and this one's this one. So we got hockey cards, and it had Dawson Mercer and it had Dougie Hamilton, and it had a couple other players. It's so fun to see the players walk down, the kids' reactions. It's not just my kids, like all the kids. It's just such a fun experience. And like in years past, you're like, all right, let's go, boys. Let's try not to blow a 4-goal lead to Winnipeg in the opening game. and then they inevitably do. This year, it feels different. The excitement isn't just felt by the fans; it's felt by the outside media. It is the expectations of this team are big, but it doesn't seem like they're too lofty. Goaltending is going to be the biggest issue, and we have to see how that's going to shake out. But hopefully we have enough offense. We might be the Edmonton Oilers of putting up 6-7 goals to make up for letting up 4 or 5. But Akira Schmid looks strong. Akira Schmid looks strong in the preseason. Vitek looks strong, and hopefully they can carry that into the regular season.
You got to remember, we had good goaltending throughout the season last year. It's just the playoffs. We saw Vitek with a drop. We saw him, drop for the last month of the season, basically. But it's not like we didn't have good goaltending all season last year. Vitek was very strong, and Schmid was very strong when he had to come in and play. So I think that comparison to the, being the Edmonton Oilers having to score 6 or 7 is a little inaccurate there.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying, though. It's like I don't think they're going to let that many goals in, but you don't want that to be the you need to be able to win games 2-1. You need to be able to win games 1-0. You know what I mean? So we need to have
I know.
piece to the puzzle.
I'm just always going to defend the goalies. You know that.
Of course, yeah.
Well, I'm pumped. We got a new beer. We got a new shirt coming. We got some other surprises that are going to be unveiled throughout the course of the season.
New merch.
It's going to be great. And you're wearing some of it. It's a little tease action over there.
I like that the hat is backwards on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, just so the listeners and the viewers know, the new shirt got everybody's approval when they saw what it looked like on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
It's definitely going to be cool. I think everyone's going to be excited about it. We're trying to do as much as we can for you guys to give back. We thank you for liking, for following, for subscribing, for commenting. It makes this podcast so much fun to do.
And how cool is it that Paul Marino just called in?
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that? That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's wild.
It's going to be like,
talk to Paul Marino.
John, you got to try this beer.
Johnny boy, get over here. It's a red lager.
We're going to get it stocked in Paul Marino's local, liquor store. That'll be the only place in Boston that you can basically get it. But,
basically,
we're going to make that happen.
And
somehow,
there were a few questions out there. What's the ABV? Is it available to sell outside of the state? There's some other questions that we'll have more answers to as we get closer to the actual unveiling. But just say it's if it's from Departed, it's going to be a good beer no matter what. So you can reassure that 100%.
I was talking to a coworker this week and said where we were that we were getting the beer brewed and who was brewing it, and now his reaction was like, "Oh, Departed Souls does good stuff." I already knew they did good stuff, but to hear from another beer person as well, it was good as well. And plus, I've known Brian for a long time, and he's a good guy, and it's just he's a Devils fan, and that's what's going to make this even better, is because he's a Devils fan. He loves the team as much as we love the team, and he loves beer just as much as we love beer. Right? He probably loves beer more than we do because he started his own brewery. But it's a great combination. It's a great combination.
Yeah. The beer is red.
I know. That was a great part of that conversation.
I was like, what? And it's vegan red too, apparently, as well.
Yeah.
Well, the dye. That's one of the things I wanted to make sure is that how they were going to color the beer red, if that was making sure it was all vegan, and it is. So that means natural, little Steve and Hockey on Tap can have it.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Gluten free too, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, is that true?
He does a lot of gluten free. I don't know if this one's gluten free or not. I can't remember from our conversations if it is or not. So we're gonna have to find out. But he does have a lot of gluten free options. So,
boys,
we got beer.
We got beer, boys. We got some beers. We got
beer.
Some cold ones. I'm pumped about it, dude. I can't wait to. I'm gonna have to request like a little mini fridge in my studio here and just stock it with the Crew brew.
You know what I think it's time for? You know what I think it's time for you to buy?
A kegerator for sure.
Yes,
that is
a kegerator.
That is on the horizon at some point. But something that goes hand in hand with
what better time than now? What better time than now when we have our own beer?
Get a sixtel of it and just be like pouring it, and
that's
you
what
can watch me slowly get hammered on the podcast. Also, wouldn't be the first time you've ever seen that before. But
well, that's the same here.
Yeah, watching this team in the preseason, there's a few things that I kind of was hoping that you guys would notice, or that we could talk about real quick. We talked about
on Amazon. No, I don't think the beer's available on Amazon just yet.
I don't know. Nowadays, everything's kind of available on Amazon. That'd be kind of wild. But another thing that I noticed about this team is the defense actually stepping in and making an offensive presence. Especially you look at the last game, Kevin Ball scoring, Nemec scoring. It's not like they're relying, like I said way earlier in the podcast, it doesn't feel like they're going to have to rely heavily on one line. And there's teams in the past where it was like, yeah, you shut down their A line and you're good. Like, you're fine. Because it's the Devils, especially, that the Achilles heel used to be, all right, they shut down their top scoring, the Taylor Hall line, and then the rest of the team, you're not going to be putting in a goal. This team, the depth of this team is really impressive. And I feel like that, your top 6 forwards on this team are super skilled and deadly. The power play units seem to be clicking. Who knows? I'm not going to say on all cylinders yet because it's preseason. Doesn't mean that, all the wrinkles are ironed out.
But the team, second gear.
Yeah, but they're moving the puck. And if you watch some of the goals and you watch some of the plays, they're playing with such confidence. And I think Paul Marino just kind of nailed it in an aspect, too, of the team really enjoys playing with each other. And the team is really gelled. And a lot of that comes from some of these guys, a good core of these guys, Nico, Jack, Jasper, grew up together. And they were also on those teams that were struggling mightily. And those struggles really pulled them together. And then you bring in a guy like Toffoli, and you listen to what Bratter has been saying about Toffoli. You listen to what Jack has been saying about Toffoli, like he's been here the whole time. And he fits right in. So the chemistry is there. The coaching seems to be there. Hopefully it translates into some dubs early in the season.
But this is essentially going back to that same conversation we were having with Eric Halla being injured. This team, it was built the correct way. And that same death for injury is there with the 4 lines that could produce at any moment. So it makes us even harder to play against, which I think teams are going to be much more prepared to play against us this year because we're not shocking anyone anymore. Everyone knows the Devils are who we are now and that we're a force to be reckoned with. So now everyone's going to be bringing their A game when they play us. But again, like you were saying, it's not like you shut down that top line and then we're done. Like you shut down the top line or shut down the top line. Second line bumps up and they can play just as good. The third, we even get scoring from our fourth line. So we're one of those full teams that just comes at you wave after wave, first, second, third, fourth line and repeat. And that's nothing but great things for the Devils because it's going to make us a pain in the ass to play against.
100%. And even guys like Mikey McLeod coming into the season, Lindy Ruff saying that he's looking stronger and faster than he has.
It seems like everyone is.
Since he's come up into the league. But do you think that's a result of guys looking at the team and being like, this is legit, boys. Like, we have a legit shot at making a good run here. And it's like nobody wants to be the one that lets the team down, or nobody wants to be that weak link. Or if you are the weak link, they're like, there's enough depth on this team where it's like, all right, you're not playing well, cool. You're going to go sit in the press box while we bring somebody else to take your spot.
I think it's going to be a combo of both because you know that this is a team that's on the ascendancy, and guys are going to be at their fittest and their best and their sharpest to stay on this team and be a part of it. So that's going to push them to want to be better, to be in the gym more often, to be doing all the off ice stuff that's going to make them even better on the ice, and that's breeding this competitive nature. But at the same time, like Paul said, everyone likes each other. That's a good, fun, competitive nature where you want to play for each other and play with each other and essentially make everyone better around you. And I think that's what's going on here. They've all bought into what Fitzy and Lindy Ruff have been selling, and it's finally clicking. And now it's you either keep up or you get left behind. And this is a team that all these players got to know, with a couple exceptions, that pretty much people are replaceable. And this is a team that we're going to have no problem finding players that are going to want to come to New Jersey now.
All right, I got a couple questions for you guys here. Ready?
All right.
Rapid fire, because we're getting ready to shut down shop here, but this will be the last Sunday edition before the season starts. So let me throw some of these out there for you. Over or under Toffoli 60 points?
Over.
Over.
Confidently over.
I'm going to go over.
Over. Sam?
Over.
Whether that's
Okay.
goals being weighted,
Points.
30 goals.
Points.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like 30 goals, 30 assists. Like, is it split down the middle? It doesn't matter, but I think over.
Okay. True or false? Nico Hischier will win the Selke this year.
True. He doesn't have one person standing in his way.
Yeah, with Bergeron out.
Now that someone up in Boston
With
retired.
if,
Yeah.
Now that
if Bergeron was not here last year, he would have won it.
Okay. Sam?
I say false because we got voters that hate us.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Timo Meyer, 40 goals. Over, under.
Under, but not far off.
I say under, but for the only reason it's just balanced scoring on all the lines. Not
Yeah,
not a
he's
knock
gonna
on
be relied on to
Timo
score
at all.
40, 50. Yeah, agreed.
Short Scott?
I'm just going to go. I'm going to say over just because everyone else said under.
Okay. Dougie Hamilton. What did he have last year? Okay, he was in the all right. So 70 points. Over, under.
Over.
Under. Same thing,
I'm gonna
not
go
by a
over.
lot though. I'm
Over.
gonna say under, but not by a lot.
Okay. Mikey McLeod, 15 goals. Over or under?
Over.
Under. You're gonna say over on that?
Okay.
Good for you.
I'm gonna say
I
over.
remember
I'm going to say over.
a couple years ago, I had the Mikey McLeod bet that I would buy his jersey if he scored 10 goals, and he got to 8. He got to 8 goals or 9 goals or something like that.
Under.
What do you say, Sam?
Under
You're
because
gonna
he
say
plays
under.
a role. He plays a specific role.
Agreed.
Okay. Alexander Holtz, over under 20 goals.
Heart or head? Do you want the answer on that one? Heart, I'll say over. Head, I'll say under. Because realistically, it depends. If he sticks with that Hischier line, if he could stick with that line and he can play with those guys, he will get over. But if he gets shuffled down the lineup and starts sitting in the press box, then obviously no.
Yeah.
And Mark, don't jump
I'm
the
gonna
gun. That's the last question.
I'm going to say over if he's got the right attitude this season and keeps that attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Double
Sam
over.
Wu?
Double over. Next, Alexander Ovechkin. Hot takes right
That's
there.
right.
Next
That's right.
Ovi is Hovey. Holtzy.
Confirmed,
Um,
unconfirmed.
Confirmed,
Dawson
unconfirmed.
Mercer, 25 goals. Over under.
Over. He's a beast.
Over.
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 He
Murdoch
better.
is like one of those.
I
super
drafted him on my
underrated
fantasy
kids.
team today.
By the way, I have John Marino
Um,
queued up, boys.
Nice.
Luke Hughes, 50 points. Over under.
Depending on the
I'm gonna
minute.
say under. I'm going to say
Under.
under because you don't know the minutes yet.
I'm gonna
Under.
go over.
Someone's got to
All
do
right.
it.
He's
Okay.
also. I'm gonna go over.
I hope you're right because I drafted him today too. I drafted two.
Yeah, and
but
there's-
I hate drafting a lot from the same team, but I always tend to draft a lot of Devils on my team.
yeah. I'm drafting.
Akira Schmid, Over under 20 wins.
Over.
Sam?
Yeah, well, but it's, that depends on how they split the time.
The problem is the playing time, all that. So I would say over, because he looked good. He looked good against the Islanders.
All right.
So
and
if
now,
you're saying if you're saying over 20 wins, that means he's going to be playing at least 35 games this year, minimum.
So that's a true split down the middle, then.
Yeah,
or damn
so
close to a split.
Will the Devils have 20 game winning goalies? That's what I meant to say.
Possibility.
They could. I'm going to say his win total is going to depend heavily on his playing time and what they choose with VTech.
All right. And now the big one.
Okay.
That our friend from Switzerland was trying to jump the gun on. Come on, Mark.
Okay.
You knew I was hanging on to this one for the last. Jack Hughes, over or under 100 points.
Over.
Over.
He's gonna be pushing $120. That's my bet.
Ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sam
That's
Woo.
a solid bet.
Jack Hughes, 100 points. Over under.
I'm saying 130. 60 goals.
130.
Wow.
Sam just prices righted me. Except he didn't do
Dollar.
he didn't do the
That's
dollar.
right.
Dollar.
He did the dollar.
131.
420. He's getting 420. 420 points this year. 420 points. Thank you.
I'm going to say $1.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. All right. I guess we're at the point now where we're at the final thoughts of the podcast.
Yeah, final thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll go first. I got to tell you, boys, I'm super excited about this year. Not only the season for the Devils, but I'm excited for the season for us, for our fans. Thank you to everybody on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitter Live, on Twitch, on every other platform. There's a huge response today to our special announcement. Thank you to Departed Souls, to Brian for hooking us up with the Crew Brew, Short Sky and Sam for making it all work behind the scenes. This is an incredible opportunity for us, and we're more than excited and thrilled to be a part of it. But this season's just going to have a lot of really, really fun events going on, and to be able to share that with all of you guys and be able to share it during a fun, hopefully winning season, not winning just like, you know what I mean, like a big season, is going to be one of the greatest seasons as a Devils fan, podcaster, and can't wait. Just can't wait. In the words of Bart Scott, can't wait.
Short Sky.
There you go. I'm going to say thank you to you guys for to all the listeners for helping us make this beer happen. I want to thank the three of you guys for being on this podcast together with me, and it's been a fun ride. Season 7. Thank you to Brian and Departed Souls for making this happen. And I'll tell you what, I have not looked forward to an opening day like I am looking forward to this Thursday in a long time. In a long time. And I am super pumped and super excited and just cannot wait to be out on the street with everyone, drinking a beer on Thursday and doing a live podcast outside in the street. So, you know what? It's I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Can't wait for Thursday.
Yeah,
Scotty?
and I just want to echo what Beer Baron and Short Sky were saying. You know, big thank you to everyone at Departed Souls for coming up and working with us on the Crew Brew. Thank you to everybody out there on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X Live, and Twitch for making this podcast, a special one. Not just this week, but every week. Like
absolutely.
we've always said, you guys are such a huge part of the show, and you guys are what makes this show different from others. So thank you for being in the family and enjoying the Devils the way we do. And yeah, I cannot stress in the world of the New York Mets and the New York Giants how much I am looking forward to the New Jersey Hockey Devils. Yes. So,
oh my
man,
Lord. Oh Lord.
I've been waiting for a while.
Yes.
But totally
man.
psyched for this season to start. And I know there's a lot of expectations, but this team, I think they're going to live up to it. I don't want to jinx them there, but the talent is there. The maturity is been, it's been growing in front of our eyes these last number of seasons. Like we said, a lot of these guys grew up together in the sense of, their hockey lives here at the professional level. And it's really showing. Paul Marino was just talking about it. Man, the team, the fans, we all unite, become that unstoppable force that no one could take down. I'm ready for some New Jersey Devils this season.
Yeah, all right. My final thoughts, just want to answer a couple questions from Max. Will the beer be available for opening night? The short answer is it's a game time decision. It's actually in the process right now. I think that's fair to say. We really don't know. We're hoping, but it's definitely coming soon. The process has started. So, but we'll find out. We'll find out on opening night. Because
the new T-shirts definitely will be.
Yeah.
The new T-shirts are there in limited numbers, about 20 of them. We've got the old stuff. We've got the original designs there as well.
Yep.
But trust Max and everyone else that's wondering, trust us. If and when the beer is ready opening night, we will let you know.
Yep.
And I will enjoy one on camera, live.
Yep.
From the great state of New Jersey for everyone to see.
Also, Max wants to know if he gets royalties for using his image during that big news announcement. Yeah, just put your mouth under the spigot, and we'll pay you in beer. Anyway,
don't actually do that. We'll get kicked out.
Yeah. Please don't do that at the bar.
But we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. Don't you worry about that.
My final thoughts.
Barney already tried that. Cut his gums up pretty bad too.
My final thoughts is thank you to Brian for Parted Souls for again walking us through the process. And
Absolutely.
Again, thank everybody, and again, join our crew. It's just not. This podcast is really not about us. It's about all of us, and that's part of the name and Crew Brew, which started off as a kind of an inside joke with a podcast review, but it was actually started from you, the fans. That's how it started. And then we started making fun of Beer Baron, and now he's Ann Crew now. And
which there might be a change in my name. I just might go by Ann Crew.
Yeah, it's all about him.
I've seriously considered that.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
Now all of a sudden you like that nickname. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah.
How about that?
So cheers to a wonderful season of Devils hockey. And we have started, and we're ready to go. Listen to this podcast, Game Day Live and Devils After Dark will be back November 12th. Shorts Guy is now part of the Game Day Live crew full-time. And obviously Beer Baron, also formerly known, and crew, formerly known as Beer Baron as well. We'll see you Thursday night at American Whiskey. Will Ann Crew Brew be there? Find out. Till next time, let's go Devils.